Got no pearls, got no sunshine.
There we go. Oh, live. Oh, live. Now we're live.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How's it going, guys?
Woo!
It is Friday,
It's Friday.
and I feel good about that.
Oh, it's Good Friday. Well, it's a Good Friday, but it's not the Good Friday. That was last week.
Yeah.
But this is good. This is great. Even though the clouds were kind of muted, muting that sun today, you could still see the little rays playing around above the clouds.
You know what I like about that?
Yeah. You tell me.
When we get a sunrise that's like gray, and yet we get to see those muted rays coming through, it's like still like this message of hope that's like coming through. That's what I like about it. So how are you doing today?
Oh, just good. I'm just good. Lots of things to do. Got this live. We saw the sunrise. We're going to put some content together. We'll talk about that in a bit. We're following a program from one of our mentors, a couple of our mentors actually, and
it's pretty fun.
That's finally coming together. Finishing off that, and got some other things coming up and some surprises.
Oh,
yeah.
For me or for them?
For everyone.
I love surprises. So it's been quite a week this week. If you have not gotten to see the Facebook Lives this week, this is one week that I would suggest that you go back and you take a look at what's there, just because there's some good content out there. And I'm really excited about it was a preview week, so it's an exciting lead into next week's Empowering Life workshop that we're doing. Hey, good morning, Steve.
Good morning, all.
How do we get to see the comments today? Well, that's awesome.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm distracted just a little bit. Really, it's Facebook's improvement. Yay, Facebook. And look at that. We have a timer, so we know that we talk a lot.
I don't think we need to know that.
No, that's a good thing. That can keep both of us on track.
Yeah.
Good thing. So this week, I got to talk about the power that lies within us, which is super cool. We got to talk about problem solving and confusion and the myth of risk.
Yeah, it was a great series, huh? I liked the way you walked us through those points, and I was taking some things away and mentally writing some notes because I was trying to add notes online.
What was your favorite?
Do you have a favorite? I think this was pretty cool.
That was fun.
Yeah.
We got a few good laughs out of that. The little stick lady, he talked about me having racetracks going around in our mind, and
yes.
He even gave me grief that I made her into a woman with high heels.
I didn't say grief at all. No. I just said it was cute how you dressed up stick person all up.
It's fun, the conversations that happen after these broadcasts. So today it's about riding the fear to your dreams.
Can you give us just a quick summary of those 4 lessons that you pulled together?
The quick summary. He's putting me on a spot here.
And a couple sentences. How you describe it?
Couple sentences for all that great content. I think really the underlying basis for all of it is really we have been created and we have been given the opportunity to co-create. So God created us, He speaks to us, and we are fully resourced through that whole process. And it's through that communication that we have with God that we can make the choice to move forward toward the direction of our dream.
Well, and really using the purpose that we're brought here for.
Yes.
Use the talents, the skills, we have everything we need, right? We've talked about that before.
But we don't always hold on to it and use it.
We don't know it. We don't necessarily see it. And we have to go through exercises or through guidance, coaching, or talking with a peer to uncover it in a time of chaos, in time of trying to figure out how we're going to respond to a problem.
You brought something up that's a good point. I did not cover all the exercises this week in the Facebook Lives that we're going to do in the workshop this week. So I gave some great content, and I gave some really great coaching questions in that content, things that you can coach yourself through it. But I held back a bit. So you want to sign up for this week. Yeah. It's kind of a fun thing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that we can do to get to that awareness point so that we can let go of the things that are holding us back and not allowing us to move forward.
Well, in this time of uncertainty, in these times of uncertainty, we are faced with the greatest opportunity. We're brought into the awareness that there is something that we should be doing with our lives right now.
Yes, and
it's not like, what's the governor say today? What the governor say today, or what the president or anybody else? It's about what can we do today? What can we do today that will get us ready for when we get back out into the world?
It's going to be different.
It'll be different, and we're still figuring that out. But one of my strengths, one of my characteristics, is always looking to the future. Is to think about what the future is and how can I build myself today to embrace that future.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great thought that I think a lot of times we get kind of trapped in just dealing with the day. I mean, these days are odd. I mean, here we are, we're in the house together all day together.
Yeah.
Just the two of us.
Well, it's different. It's totally different. Yeah.
It's a much different dynamic, and I can only imagine what that would be like for people who aren't used to that. We've gotten that partnership that we are very comfortable with that. Yeah. But for people that aren't used to spending that much time together, for people who have children that struggle or are frustrated to understand why they can't go out, a lot of difference in family dynamics.
Right.
But I also appreciate, I know I'm going on. I appreciate the fact that you said it's an opportunity.
Yeah. And cool. One of the things we lose also, because a lot of us are into the workplace and we go out and we meet people. It might be a networking event, might be a chamber event, it might be something at work itself, some kind of group activity to get together. Maybe it's training, maybe it's morning meetings that you look forward to because it's always a rewarding time, but you get to meet people. What happens when you walk into the meeting first thing? Hey, John, how's it going? Or hey, Sally, how's it going?
Yeah.
How's your weekend go? Right. We lose that.
Exactly. Right. So that brought up another point. I didn't tell you guys. I just announced it on my personal Facebook yesterday. If you guys are looking for a place to network, maybe a place to learn about some more business stuff, if you're looking to grow your business or your personal development, reach out to me because I have an opportunity. It's a no-cost opportunity. I love giving those out. Eric's looking forward to the cookies in the break room.
Ginger snaps are in the break room.
Yes, Joe made ginger snaps this week. It was awesome.
He brought them
in. Yeah. He brought them in while I was working this week. So that was a really fun perk. Thank you. So what does living an empowered life mean to you, Joe?
Well, I think it gives us an opportunity to really delve into, am I living this moment to the full potential of it? Am I bringing in the people I need? Am I living where I'm happy? Because success, your pages talks about mindset success, but in order to get to mindset success, you have to create the happiness, you have to create the joy, and being empowered means you have full control over choosing that attitude. And in fact, there's a sunrise motivation that our mentor put together, but I just want to share a small part of it. You can go, get more information later, just drop a comment in there. But Dr. Frankl, Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist, was in the concentration camps, came out, spared at the last minute, but he studied the people in and took away the lessons. And he said that between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space lies your most precious resource, your right and ability to choose your attitude. And that's just a powerful quote in itself, but you can feel that space. And with whatever energy you choose, whatever energy of that attitude you choose.
And that energy is incredible.
And we're causative, creative beings.
Yeah.
Right? And you can fill that space with the energy of fear or anger. You know, we can say, oh, I'm frustrated. I hate being quarantined. You know, I saw a lot of posts yesterday about people upset about the Wisconsin governor's extension. Right?
Yep.
And, or you can choose to fill that space with wonderment and joy. And I think that is where we all are called to be in this point.
And it's interesting too, because that Eric doesn't want your ginger snaps. He wants chocolate chip.
Okay, that's up next.
Toll House. That's his favorite.
That'll be coming up next.
So I think it's interesting as we talk about that energy, because that energy transfers quite quickly, I think. I know we feel it in our home here. You know, if one of us is having a down day, whether it's the depression or just frustration, I think that's easily transferred from one to the other, unless we're really careful about that surf.
We influence, right?
We do. And we also experience the opposite spectrum of that, where, you know, we have that positive energy. We have this belief that we can go forward, and it's got this snowball effect.
Yeah, I recognize your sparkliness.
Yeah, he calls me Sparkles. He likes, it's, well, I know, it's about my eyeshadow.
No, it's about your eyes.
Just my eyes, not the shadow.
Well, that too. They help that.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But, you know.
Well, we create within this zone, this moment we have a whole bunch of protections around us. We have our habits, we have our beliefs, we have our perspectives of how we're perceived, how we want to be perceived. And all those are keeping us where we're at. And the moment we want to do something different, that we say, I don't like this funk that I'm in, right? And you find a song to lift your spirit, or somebody says something, you know, hey, that was a nice whatever, you know, a compliment in the store, or, you know, whatever, you know, or hello, it lifts our spirit, and we're changing that habit. We're changing that moment of reinforcement to say, hey, I can accept this.
Yeah. Have you guys ever been out and had somebody give a compliment, or have you ever watched somebody give a compliment? It's just so much fun. My daughter is so good at that. She'll just walk up to any random person. You know, she's out, she makes observations, and she'll just randomly start talking to people, which for me, that's a little outside my comfort zone, but I try to do it. I successfully do it. But you know, it's one of those stretch points for me, but it's fun to watch her because it seems so effortless when she does it. She's like, oh, I really like your shirt. Or I really like your shoes. Oh, your baby's so cute. You know, she's like all these like positive little comments, and you can just see the people, their whole demeanor will shift from wherever they were at in their own train of thoughts, and they're hearing her positive comments, and all of a sudden, ooh, their whole day has a little pick-me-up in it.
Well, and you bring that point out. If we're keeping our sonar dish, our satellite dish open, you know, while we're, you know, going through whatever we're going through, if we keep it open to receive someone else's compliment, somebody else's vibration of positivity to us, you know, that immediately stops us, disrupts our thinking, and we turn and say, yes, I'm ready to accept.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Tell me why. You know, you suddenly piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
So,
it's fun,
you know, one of the things I think about is, you know, we're in this point here, and there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of uncertainty, and we're being called to get clarity, because in order to get to the future, to pick, define that picture, define that dream that we have, or dreams that we have. If we talk about our 5 dimensions in our life, if we pick a dream for each one of those, are we using this moment to get clear about what that looks like and start embodying it? One of the things we think about is, the buzzword has been emotional intelligence.
Mm.
Well, it's great on its surface, but you have to apply it. You have to capture that emotionality, that feeling into you about that dream, to start feeling, what do I feel like if I accomplish this?
Right. And it goes right back into our fun little stick gal.
Yes, fun
She's
stick gal.
so fun. Because our thoughts are driven by our emotions, our habits, our beliefs. And it's when we can shift out of that way of thinking that we're so used to, we
have to entice it, because in there is that voice, that little doorway, is that little voice that says
nope. or yes.
Well, it only accepts. So only things that are in alignment
with our beliefs,
our beliefs, our actions, our overall thoughts, feelings, all those are, when they're congruent. We're going to talk about this in the program, but when they're congruent, we live in harmony. And when we're living in harmony, we can accomplish greater things. But when that habit, that belief, that action that we're taking doesn't get to the result we want, we're not happy.
And we had an interesting discussion earlier this week. What comes first?
Yeah.
Happiness or success?
Happiness. You have to be happy. You have to find the joy in order to lock in moving towards something.
So I just find this all very, very exciting. I think that it's fun to be able to get into the nitty-gritty science of it, and
without too much.
Right. Okay. Right. I'll admit, I don't really want to listen to this in-depth doctorate report. Yeah. At least not most of the time.
You're so good at telling me, stop going so deep, Joe. But there are points where you want to go deeper, and we have other programs that will go deeper into it, because this is part of a greater study that we're going through. We don't have all the answers. We're in the wrong place. We are going through this just like you. We are going through this discovery, but we've learned some things along the way that we want to impart upon you and share with you, that you can think about and see if it applies to your life.
So even in these times of confusion, these times that we feel lost or maybe stuck or frustrated, you think we end up with the fears, right?
Right.
But I think similar to risk, fear is really in our mind, and we have the ability to overcome it, ride that fear. What do you think?
Well, recognize it. I mean, the most important thing is recognize the fear and what is causing the fear.
So the underlying cause. There we get right back to that underlying belief
and
system,
then learn how to. Fear is going to be with us no matter what.
Is it a good thing?
It can be, because it can propel us towards a higher plane. Realize that is not going to harm us.
So we talked about problems being good for us. It's a good thing that we have problems, because if we didn't have problems, we don't have growth, right?
Yeah, but there's 3 things that you can do with problems. We'll talk more about that. I want to go into it all here, because you got to set up the right context. Got to have everybody going along with us at that point to think about what the problem that they're facing. So that might be a good thing. Think about the problem that you're facing, whether it's from your spiritual life, whether it's in your personal and professional relationships, whether it's in your development, whether it's in your health, and where exactly is the problem that you're facing. It may be out of your control. but there's other things in your control that you can change.
It's a beautiful process to be able to ride through that fear
Mm-hmm.
to get to your dreams. This whole week coming up, starting Monday, I think actually, aren't we releasing a video today?
We're releasing the start of it. So for the people getting into the program today, this afternoon, we'll get a prelude to set them up for the 5-day lessons.
And do they have to meet with us at a certain time?
So the videos are going to be out there, and they can take a look at it. What I'm thinking
You
is,
can tell them.
yeah. Well, I'm telling you too. I'm thinking we're going to have a couple sharing calls along the way.
Are we?
Yeah.
During the week next week?
During the week.
Okay.
So that we can, you can check in, and we can talk live. So we're going to put the videos out there so you can work at your own speed. You can replay them, stop them. There's a workbook to go along with it to help you frame up those thoughts in your mind, to get them on paper. Because for me, and I think for a lot of people, being able to take the thoughts out of the mind and put them on paper and look at them.
There's
steps. It's a huge, taking out. It's like interrupting and saying when you're in the midst of some type of negative feeling or something that you're not liking, to be able to say, isn't it interesting at this point? And that's one of the techniques. But isn't it interesting at this one point that this is coming up in my awareness?
Right.
Right. So being able to disrupt your thinking and then say, okay, so this is like disrupting your thinking by putting it down on paper so that you can look at it and say, is this what I really want?
So it's going to be a good week next week.
It's short videos, 10 to 15 minutes, and then a workbook, short workbook to go along with each lesson. Work at your own speed, but each day we're going to deliver a new lesson.
And it's something that you can share with your family. You can do it with one another, people that you're around, so that you can work together. I think that's a great thing too. So I'm looking forward to it. We've got a nice group of people already signed up.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
Feel
free to share that out and invite people that you know. And I think there's a benefit in that too, because when we are working together with other people that we know, all of a sudden there's kind of an accountability factor.
Right.
So we're all learning and growing and say, hey, how's it going? We can check in with one another.
Well, and because of that, the people we're familiar with sometimes will give us the ability to be able to challenge us.
Yeah.
And maybe disrupt the thinking we're in to lift us. It can also stop us because we're too accepting of their opinion, not recognize it. But we'll walk through all that. The point is, get in the room. Yeah. This is the time you're called to. You're seeing this. Get in the room.
I'm really looking forward to it, you guys. So we'll put the link out there again on the page today. We'll put it in the comments here. And Monday is the big day. So we'll release a little intro today, but then Monday, every single day, Monday through Friday, we'll send a little video with the workbook for you out there. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support, for your comments, your questions. It's always fun to see those coming into the mailbox, fun to connect with you guys throughout the week. If you have any questions, of course, I invite you to come ask your questions. Whatever we can do to help you grow, to color your future bright and really live into that adventure that you dream, become more of who you were created to be. Love that.
And we got Craig and
MD.
Nazru.
And
I think Amy. Hi, Amy. Johnson's watching. So
awesome.
Lots of people. Hey.
Thank you for joining us.
And if you're watching a replay,
hashtag
replay.
Yeah. It's always good.
We watch the comments.
So I'll look forward. I'll look forward to getting together with you guys again Monday morning. We should be back on track Monday morning. So we're 7:45 a.m. Eastern time here each each weekday morning. At least I am. Joe joins me on Fridays. And I think I might have some guests coming up in the future too.
Nice.
So I'm kind of excited about that too. If you guys have a
beyond mystic person, right?
Yes, an actual person beyond you too.
Beyond me too. Wow.
Yes, yes. Somebody reached out to me, so
nice.
I'm kind of excited about that as well. But 7:45 a.m. Eastern time in the mornings. I'll be here Monday through Thursday. Joe joins me on Fridays, and looking forward to another great week ahead. If there's certain topics that you'd like me to cover, related to the mindset and helping you move forward with your business and the direction of your personal development so that we can become more of who we've been created to be, I'd love to consider those topics so we can help you out in that area as well. So with that, I want to wish you a wonderful weekend. Hope that you get to celebrate some beautiful weather wherever you're at. Get
Catch a
outside
sunrise.
a little bit.
Catch a sunrise.
Catch a sunrise.
Sunset. Either one.
Yeah, either one. Whatever works. But make sure you get outside a little bit. Get some exercise. Make sure you are drinking your water and getting the rest that you need. Mix things up a little bit to keep things interesting, but stay safe. Okay? Yeah. So have a great day, guys. We'll take care.
All right. Take care. Here we go.